Hi guys! As promised, we continue today with the M6, the American Tier 6 heavy tank. The M6 has been a funny one for me, and while overall I did have a good time with it in the end, we were never really best friends. Even though I did reliably well in it towards the end, especially when I revisited it for this review, I never aced it and I just didn't like it enough to stick around for that little golden badge. Before we go into details on what I did and didn't like about it, this is just a quick reminder that I have your escape routes to the gameplay prepared. Your timestamps await in the description below. So first, let's see the good news. The Top Gun, that is the 90mm M3, is a solid piece. But be prepared for some heavy-duty grinding to get to it, as it will be pretty much the last piece of upgrade you can unlock. And my god, is it not fun to go up against anything reasonable at these tiers and at higher tiers with a 76mm gun. It is worth it though, so grind your teeth, put your head down, and just don't judge the M6 based on its upgrade grind performance. But again, that's pretty much true for anything in the game. Once you unlock it, however, you will finally have a gun that starts to feel like a heavy tank gun should. It has 160mm of penetration, which is about average, and 240 average damage, that's middle of the road as well. The aiming time is quite good at 2.3 seconds, and the rate of fire at 7.9 rounds per minute is quite good too. That, by the way, equals for about 7.6 seconds reload time. Accuracy is alright as well at 0.38 meters. So, if you compare all this against its peers, what you will find is that while it does not really excel in any of the parameters, it is an overall solid gun that you can reliably put to good use on the enemy. And with that, we did arrive at my single largest issue with this tank, the armor. It's not that it wouldn't be comparable to the other Tier 6 machines. 102mm of frontal hull and turret armor most certainly does. My issue with it is that no matter how you angle it, any reasonable opposition that you come up against will be able to penetrate you most of the time. And that's true for same tier tanks as well. Higher tier enemies will just tear you up. Now that doesn't mean that your armor is useless. I got steel walls in this tank. You just have to know what you can expect against certain enemies, and apart from same or lower tier mids and lights, you should not be really counting on being an impenetrable fortress. Side scraping will be tricky as well, as you have an extremely long tank with super squishy sides and rear, as you only have 44mm of armor on the sides and 41mm in the back. The turret is much better at 83mm on the sides and back alike, but as you have such a huge body, nobody will shoot at your turret if they don't have to. The 870 hit points you have is quite nice for this tier, but it will also evaporate really quickly if you face down a higher tier opponent. Regarding the mobility, there are no big ups and downs really. The top speed of 35 km per hour is alright. The hull traverse is not too great at 25 degrees per second, but it's alright among the tier 6 heavies. The turret traverse is one of the better ones, but it's still only 28 degrees per second. View range is quite alright at 350 meters and signal range is meh at 480 meters. So how do you drive it? You really have to make a difference in your approach depending on the opposition you face. If you are up against a cluster of heavies or higher tier tanks in general, don't rush to show them anything to shoot at. You can do some serious damage, but you have to be the one dealing it and not the one receiving it. Basically be a gentleman and allow your teammates to soak up the damage for you. You can and should of course get aggressive as well, but only when you know that you can take the punishment. Regarding equipment, I did go for vents and gun rammer. As I did not have a problem with the aiming time and it benefited anyway from the vents, instead of a gun laying drive I did go for optics for the third choice, which was quite useful, allowing to take the first shot many times. As for crew skills, get that 6th sense ASAP and probably go with repairs all the way next to it. Clutch braking, snapshot and situational awareness would be next on my list. But that's enough talk. Let's see what kind of chaos the M6 can cause under the right circumstances. Alright, so here we are in Windstorm in a standard battle. It's a tier 6 match, so we are top tier, which is always nice. And looking at the teams, it seems like we have the upper hand. The enemy team has a pretty good player, it seems, in the KV2. But overall, it seems we have the better players. Of course, neither of the teams will win any tournaments, but hey, it's random battles. So Windstorm is not one of my favorite maps. What I usually do is that I go over this little path that runs along the western side. that's what I decide to do now. I'm keeping an eye on the map. If everybody is zooming down this path, which sometimes happens, then I definitely will go back and protect the city. But it seems, even though they leave a wide area uncovered, they're more like positioning along the river and on the on that little hill next to the town. So it's fair enough for the moment. I don't push ahead together with the mediums, because there is an opening here to the right, and a lot of times guys will rush the hill on the other side of the river and take shots just like that on the tanks moving up towards the corner on this path. So KV2 put himself in the cheek position, and that's a welcoming shot for the T-34-85. Fortunately, we don't get a chance to do another one. T1 heavy. Oh, he's aiming at me. Well, let's tell him how this is a bad idea. Alright, so I'm looking for a shot here, and I realized too late that KV2 has popped out. At least I managed to put one into him in return. Have to be careful. If we can kill that guy, that will definitely help the team. So that's what I'm trying to do. It seems he is determined to go in and out. Trying to get side shots into us, but so far he's the one on the shitty end of the stick. Okay, I think he just fired. That was actually a hit from the artillery, so we have to be careful. They are zooming in on us, and oh shit, looking at the map, the position that the team has left open has just been swarmed by two mediums jumping on the cap. And I mean, the dog is there, but that smells like trouble. We have to go back. There is no other way around it. I don't trust my team, to be honest, to be able to handle these two mediums. Oh, really destroyed the M4, which is great. But there are two enemy KVs, a KV-1 and a KV-85, coming down as well from the city. So we have to reinforce. Ooh, there is the KV-85, and it's a lucky position to be in. Right into the commander's hatch. Okay, he noticed, but he can afford to take another one. And unfortunately he pulls back into cover. It's alright. Well, no more shots from here, so time to move. Ooh, and the Su-8. Enemy artillery just near the dog. So now it's defending time. In the meantime, the other guys are pushing on towards the path, so at least they will keep the enemy artillery occupied. But we have to liberate the cap. Fortunately, I was not able to aim in time, so I wasn't able to place that shot well. Okay, that guy needs to die. Ooh, and he reverses just in front of us. So that's good. Right now he is in a very cheeky position, and my problem is that I have the KV-1 and the KV-85 on my left flank. So that guy disappeared. I tried to get a shot into that KV-1. Oops. Okay, well, this is definitely not good. That missed as well, of course. Okay, this is not good. I can't reveal myself to both of these guys at the same time. At least one of them will have shots on my sides, and I don't have that much health left, 259. That's in the dangerous territory already. Ooh. Almost a chance. So I have to get rid of this guy before I can move on the KV, and the KV is coming down as well, so I reverse a little bit, saying maybe he will pop out. Okay, there he did go. Please come back. Yes! Why would you reverse out with your ass first? No idea. Okay, well, we take what we can get. Okay. KV1. And he blows on our tracks off. That's all he does at the moment. Okay, not good. The move. It's one shot. And the reload on the M6 is quite good, especially if you use maneuver. And there we go. Now this looks much better. KB2 on the enemy team has just been nailed by the M3 Lee. Hey, M3 for the win. And we managed to put another one into the KV-85's commander's hatch. Okay, reverse a little bit back to the slope. Maybe I get a better shot. There we go. But KV-1 nails him before us. And the game is now in the bag. So not bad. Overall, the damage adds up in time. And with the rate of fire this machine has, you can really inflict some serious chaos. So this was Windstorm in the M6, where we managed to rake up over 2600 damage and claim 2 kills. This has brought us a high caliber award together with the first class badge, and netted us almost 32,000 credits and over 1000 base XP. Overall we finished first by damage dealt and XP earned by a country mile, and probably contributed a fair deal to the end result of this match. From the 15 shots fired, we managed to hit with 12 and all of those did damage as well, so this is actually a great example of how good this gun actually is. It is also worth mentioning that we managed to block 3 shots worth of 890 damage, so that definitely did save us there. It's not a bad game, but I often feel I could have done much better. Let's see if in the next game we can top this. Alright, so this time we are on Mountain Pass, again a map which is not one of my favorites. But we are lucky as it's again a tier 6 game, so we are on up top, and that should give us the opportunity, especially as there are a lot of bad players on the enemy teams, to inflict some serious damage on them. Here in the beginning I usually decide whether to go left or right based on the team deployment. Both of the paths are important. Middle, no. That's more like for protection. But whenever I'm in a heavy, I just see where most of the team goes, and as usually, well, it's pretty much for most maps, I guess. What the team does is just zerk down on one path and leave like 2/3 of the map completely unattended, which unfortunately happens in this case as well. So I opt to go down, which in hindsight is probably not the best of ideas. There are 3 enemy artillery on the in the game, and going on this corner down here is dangerous. You can get fucked up by artillery really easily. M6. Oh, that's unfortunate. A bit too revealed a bit too much. Okay, VK, quickly back. So that's a bounce. Nice. And basically we will work this corner here. Wiggle them down. Oh, there is a KV-1S as well in the back. Looks like we found the enemy team. And the M3D. Holy crap. And there goes artillery. FV304. You bastard. He was a real pain in my ass this entire game. Good play by him. Okay, there we go. So really just quick shots and right back into cover. You don't want to hang around there. They will get you down really fast. KV-1S as well. And you see how quickly this guy can do the damage? Okay, let's nail him. Yes! One down. But we are already on quite low half. And again we take a hit. This is not good. 15 half. It's time to get back. Let the other guys do a bit of the work as well. Oh, and that's artillery. Oh, Jesus. Okay, managed to take the M3 Lee down to 10 health, so that's good. So 2 of the guys, oh, and the Matilda as well. Really, the whole enemy team is here, Jesus Christ. And M6 pushes forward, which is definitely what he should be doing here. And they win the corner. But we managed to get rid of quite a few of those guys and whittle down the remaining guys to quite low health, so hopefully the team will be able to pull this one off. Now, I die here quite early, but there are some hilarious moments in this game later on, so it's probably, I think it's worth watching. So in hindsight, what I should have done is to stay on top of the glacier and take shots from there. Just poke out, take the shots, go back. Basically forcing the other guys to poke out from the corner on their side, allowing our artillery to take some shots on them. And hopefully some guys in the middle could help as well. Alright, so the 2 mediums have pushed into the... What is this bishop doing? What was the plan, you idiot? Oh my god. M3 Lee on 10 health claims the kill. Jesus Christ. So as I was saying, the 2 mediums have pushed into the enemy camp, but they left 2 tanks behind, which have now come back to take on them. So I'm not really convinced about their move, but they managed to handle it very well, so I guess no complaints in the end. However, the team is now really spread out. And there comes the enemy. M6 unfortunately takes out one of the RTs. I don't think he realizes that the Nashorn is about to give him a nasty surprise. And pretty sweet team play there by the Hummel and the Nashorn. Oh, the best player on the enemy team, Sherman 3, is engaged. Our T-3485 driver is now on 5 kills. Congratulations to him. But then, I don't know what he's doing. Unfortunately, I'm not switching the camera. Oh, there goes the Sherman. So that's perfect. And then he crashes. Oh man, what the hell? It was all going so well. And now we are 1 down. And our Tier 6 heavy tank T-150 has been camping that spot all of the game. And now the enemy is coming, of course. Jesus Christ. So basically we have 2 players, because we can discount the T-150. The most he will be able to do is to be a distraction. Okay. Well, our hopes are now in the enemy team that they will push 1 by 1. Because that, these guys should be able to handle. Oh, T-150 moves. So probably it's not a bot, it's just really, really bad. So who we have left? Well, judging from the team list, it's all bad players, but that doesn't mean bad players can't have good games. Matilda is there on the corner. He's not coming along though, which makes me think that he is waiting for someone to catch up. Oh, here he is. Come on, don't be shy. Ooh, and there is the T-150, so that was why he was waiting. Good. So that's that. Well, they didn't achieve a lot, to say the least. T-150 has engaged hero mode and is now rolling across the map. Which is interesting timing, to say the least. He had one chance to engage the enemy when they were coming right for the cap, but he decided this is the perfect time to go on an adventure. But luckily, Nashorn is able to nail the FE 304 as well. And that leaves us only with the M3 Lee, who is on 10 health and has gone back to base to defend it. And what? What are you doing? Oh my god, I guess he was on, I don't know, autopilot. Managed to ram the mountain. Oh, Jesus Christ. Honestly, sometimes the player you can meet in these matchups, I mean, look at this. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. Probably he's 5 years old, but still. Okay, and now it's basically the M3 Lee left. So this game is over. So we did manage to do quite a lot of damage by the XVM damage log. It's over 2400 damage done. Over 3 or 4 minutes was it probably on that corner. So that really did help the team, but I can't help the feeling that if I were staying on top of the glacier and taking shots from there, I could have done a whole lot more in this match. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, so M3 Lee is probably panicking. And here comes the Tiro T150, who heroically defended the middle road all game long from behind the rock. And now comes to claim his prize, and this 10 damage will be exactly the total amount of damage he inflicted in this entire game. So congratulations, well played. And there we go. So that was Mountain Pass in the M6. A frustrating game, as we could have done so much more. But we did manage to cause enough chaos on that corner to allow our team to squeeze out a win in the end. We did dish out over 2400 damage in those few minutes and nailed a KV-1S, earning us another high caliber award with a first class mastery badge, together with 45,000 credits and over 900 base XP. We finished overall first once again by damage dealt and came second by XP earned behind our T-3485. He was a great player, it's a shame he did wreck his tank in the end. Once again, our gun did deliver as we scored 11 damaging hits out of the 11 rounds fired. Unfortunately, we could only negate one shot this time, but we were up against some pretty big guns. So that was it with the M6 Heavy. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and are hungry for some more. Next week I will focus on catching up with the reviews, and you can expect some American tank destroyer action coming up. Enjoy your weekend, guys, and I hope to see you next week in one of the new videos.